Hi, everyone. Let me just check the volume on here and the audio. Testing, testing. I know it's supposed to go live at 3:30, but there was a lot of stuff happening. Like I said, I'm over relatives, so schedules are off. I don't want anybody interrupting this live, but for those of you who don't know me, I'm Avi holistic health coach and certified raw food educator, and I help women all over get rid of their stress through nutrition, get rid of their, I can't even talk, gain their energy back, drop the pounds through nutrition and lifestyle changes without sacrificing their food favorites and their authenticity. And this is just a free flowing video today. Like I said, I was supposed to go on at 3:30. But the angels, for those of you who also don't know, I do speak with angels. They speak through me. And who's here today? I'm getting Gabriel is here. Who else? Phil, it's just Gabriel today. So they wanted me to tell a specific story. So stay till the end of this video if you want to hear about the one thing that you could be doing that's putting your health at risk. Like I said, the angels wanted me to share a story from back in 2012. I remember back in 2012. I was riding in the car. I was going towards student teaching. And it was the most horrible experience I've ever had with a student teacher. I was so miserable. I was stressed. I was anxious all the time. And I'm riding in the car and I wasn't mentally well. I wasn't mentally sound. My physical health was declining. Why? Because I was in a horrible toxic situation that I thought I couldn't get out of at the time. Because like I said, I had that corporate mindset. I had to graduate. I had to go to that job that I hated. I had to do certain things. So I had to put up with this with her. So I did that, and I so badly wanted someone to talk to. Like, I'm writing and I so badly just wanted someone that would listen to me, who I could speak to, who would understand where I was coming from. I wanted someone who could help me escape from reality. So at the time, I wasn't really into, you'll see how this ties in. They wanted me to do it, so I have to follow. I wanted so badly for someone to be there just to listen to. I just wanted to escape reality. I was heavily overworked. Everything I did, it wasn't right. Come to find out, my student teacher was actually jealous of me. Nothing was right for her. She ended up giving me like a bad grade. It was just terrible, 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 terrible. And this is why I also don't work under women now. Like, I don't have a woman fitness trainer. I don't let women coach me anymore because it's just, I tried it several times and it just doesn't work. They end up clashing with me. My clients are amazing and I just love them. Why? Because we're similar. They want peace. They're very kind. They're very intuitive, and those who are not intuitive, they become intuitive. It was just a lot of like jealousy. I got myself out of that situation, but I'm glad that situation happened. And this is how it relates to you. I'm glad that situation happened because I know what it feels like to be in a toxic situation. And I told myself, if you ever feel like that again, you take yourself out of that toxic situation. Because at the time, had I not been in that corporate mindset, I would have taken that student teacher and put her entire body through the glass, because that's how I can get. My temper can get, because I don't like disrespect. The stuff she was doing, which I'm not going to go into, was horrendous, and I thought I had to take it. And this is what I want to tell you. I'm going to do a video about how to set boundaries, but this is just a precursor to that. You don't have to put up with people's shit. Okay? You don't have to put up with people's shit. And this is why I'm a holistic health coach, because I can give you a meal plan and say, hey, eat apples, and hey, eat grapes. But at the end of the day, you're still going to have to deal with some toxic people, right? So I'm here to help you transform that. So that was my story. Hopefully that helped in terms of the stress piece and the stress factor. Like I said, the angels wanted me to share that. That was for somebody. In terms of the one thing that can really put your health at risk. So that's part of health. That was part of my mental health. I struggled for many, many years many years not having clear direction. Okay. I ended up finding that I was sick with different illnesses that could have been avoided had I known about nutrition. So a lot of you probably, I know a lot of people are probably eating chips at home or ordering in, and you're not thinking, if I pop this chip in my mouth, it's going to kill me, right? You're not thinking that probably. You're probably thinking, I'm hungry, I need something to crunch, right? You're not thinking that. So you go on about your life just thinking that food is for nourishment and this is going to help me and all of this stuff. However, what I want to convey to you is that all food is not created equal. Food can greatly impact your health in a positive or negative way. Hi, how do you pronounce your name? Thank you so much for jumping on the live. Is it Chaitan or Chatan? So you said you have hypertension problem. Please give me some suggestions so I can overcome. Well, Chit is definitely, tell me how to pronounce your name. You have hypertension. So you definitely want to book a discovery call with me. I can also give you some tips, but for that kind of thing, you want to book a discovery call with me so we could come up with, I could go over your health history and we could come up with a plan for that, because that's serious. But yeah, drop a comment below with how long have you had hypertension, and let me know how to pronounce your name, where you're from. Let me know all that info so you could be interactive. So, like I was saying, I struggled for many years, and I just thought I was going about life eating. I self-sabotaged. I developed a food addiction because I had no clear direction. I'm just thinking, for instance, when I was in high school, I would eat Pop-Tarts, French fries, croissants. Oh, awesome. India. Hello from India. I'm at Connecticut at the United States Corporation. So in high school, I would eat Pop-Tarts and like French fries and all this stuff for the last 3 years. All right, I'll get right. That's a very long time. Let me know if you want to book a discovery call to go over your goals. It's for 45 minutes. We carve out your goals and I can help you with that. Get rid of hypertension. If you have a doctor, I also work with doctors as well. Okay? So drop that below and feel free to ask me any more questions. But as I noticed as I went into adulthood, that didn't work anymore. And I used to go to the doctor and all of this stuff. So I knew nothing about nutrition. I didn't make the correlation between, maybe it's a hormonal issue. I didn't realize, hey, the minute you started taking the Yaz pill, this is what happened. And this is what happens with a lot of women. They're not making that correlation. And this is why I work with women between, I used to be able to eat this, but now I can't. I gained all this weight. And it's really because your hormones started to change. And hormonal issues are due to food. They are due to what you're putting in your body. So there's a lot of factors that go into gaining weight. Your mood, your environment, stressed, being overworked, what have you. It comes into play. So I went through years not being knowledgeable about this very thing, and it put my health at risk. And like I said, I went through life not knowing anything about health. So what happened with me is, like I said before in one of my other videos, I started researching. I saw a doctor on a live broadcast back in 2011 who was talking about how food can prevent disease. And I'm like, oh, wow. Because at the time I still had endometriosis, and I did not make the correlation between, oh, maybe you have endometriosis because you're eating your favorite eggplant with cheese. I noticed it was one day. I'm going to tell you a story. One day back in 2000, I want to say 11. Yeah, it was 2011. That's when I started getting into some things about health. I had ordered my favorite eggplant parmesan from Tony's, right? So I'm sitting there and I'm like, yes, I get to. I looked forward to that, especially going to horrible student teaching. I started developing a food addiction. I was eating due to stress. So I'm sitting there and all of a sudden, I take my bite. It was a greasy ass grinder with a lot of sauce. And I take my bite and I'm sitting there and I'm like, why is my stomach burning? I got this burning sensation. It was extreme burning sensation that I have never ever felt before. And I said, could it be the cheese? Because I had just heard a doctor talking about how, certain foods can contribute to disease. So I kind of was like, let me try ordering it again. And because I wanted to order it again. So I ordered it again and got the same feeling. So I was like, oh, I got to cut cheese out. So when I cut cheese out, I also cut fish out for whatever reason. So I cut both of them out. And that was like the very last thing I had to cut because I was like a pescatarian. So fish and cheese were the last things I had to cut. And I actually ended up getting rid of, along with some other protocols, getting rid of endometriosis holistically. And there's a lot of women who are going around, walking around not even knowing that they have endometriosis because they're not attributing, if that's the right word, it to the foods that they're eating. And this is who I wish I had. I wish at that time I had a health coach who is knowledgeable in what I am dealing with. This video is for you, and continue to watch if you want to completely transform your life, not only physically, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And that's why I don't know why they had me give it. Why'd you have me give it? I'm talking to Gabriel Gamaliel now. They had me give my story about how I was in a stressful situation and needed someone to talk to. And that's why I do group coaching and one-on-one coaching with my clients, because I'm not that coach that's just like, here you go. Like, I want to know what's ailing you so we know how to fix it. Or else you have to get to the root of the problem. That's why they wanted me to say it. I had to get to the root as to why I was eating certain things. The root of why I was eating certain things is because I was in a stressful situation. And I always take the bad and transmute it into positivity and transmute it into good. So I took that situation and I said, if you feel like that again with another person, if you feel like you want to take someone's physical body, because I will do that. I did used to have a horrible anger problem. I'm unfiltered, horrible, like was in anger management at 11. Okay. So I don't put myself in any situations. I wanted to take her physical body and put it through the glass and laugh, because that's how I could get. But since eating properly and praying and meditating and talking to my angels, I stay as balanced as possible. But there, like I said, you also have to be kind, but take no shit. And take no shit when it comes to certain foods. Certain foods are evil. Like genetically modified foods. They're not here for your benefit. They're not here to regenerate your cells. They're here to alter your DNA and alter your mindset. And that's why you see a lot of cranky people for no reason. That's why some people are vibrating very, very low. And it's because of the foods that they're eating. But again, there's so many people not relating food to their mood. They just think, oh, I'm just eating this. Like I used to eat whatever. McDonald's was like my favorite. I would get breakfast, lunch, dinner. Actually, I alternated it. Breakfast from McDonald's, lunch from like Wendy's, dinner from Ruby Tuesday. I would get the fried shrimp sampler. And I never said this is why I'm acting this way. This is why I don't feel well. You're supposed to have energy after you're done eating. You're not supposed to feel sluggish and full. If you feel sluggish, you probably ate something that suppressed your immune system. If you feel imbalanced, you probably ate something that was a stimulant. Maybe it was an energy drink. You know, whatever it was, it probably puts you out of balance, puts you out of whack. Okay, so making that connection. So if you are committed today to completely transform your life, to go from saying, I can't do this, I can't eat healthy, I don't want to be well mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, then this video is probably not for you. I really want to work with committed people who want to make changes, who want to implement, because I can keep giving you information, but until you put it into practice, you're not going to see changes. You're only going to see changes when you take that first step. And that first step is to saying, you know what? I'm tired of feeling stressed. I'm tired of feeling low energy. I'm tired of having this food addiction. I'm tired of being bloated. I'm tired, and I want some solutions. Okay. On that phone call, we are going to come up with specific solutions to your specific problem. Okay. And a lot of the problems that my clients face are that they are stressed and they do turn to food to cope with that. It's a coping mechanism. So what I do is give them alternative solutions to dealing with stress. Maybe instead of eating, maybe you need to exercise. Maybe you need to replace that eating with something else. And we do visualization and journaling techniques. And we really go in depth. It's your 45 minutes with me to go over your specific goals, to avoid struggling for years. It took me 3 years to lose 46 pounds, which could have taken me 3 to 4 months. It took me 1 to 2 years to get rid of endometriosis, when it took me 8 years, when I had it for 8 years. So you see, you could cut your time in half if you have guidance. I had specific guidance, and this is what made me want to become a health coach, when I realized that disease could be prevented with certain foods. And I realized the power of nutrition because I saw it firsthand. I was like, they literally told me, you're going to need a third surgery if you continue going down this path. And when I went back to the gynecologist, she was like, keep doing what you're doing, you know, because it's completely gone. Like, she saw it was completely gone. So I hope this video was helpful to you. Drop me a line below if you want to book your discovery call. You will get my blueprint. My blueprint, my actionable blueprint that will take you from no knowledge of nutrition to developing a basic knowledge of nutrition, to completely transforming your life through nutrition and some lifestyle changes that you can implement that will take you through my 6-step method. Okay. So if you want to start that, if you want to completely change your life, you're committed and you're disciplined and you're in it to win it. I want winners who want to win and are like, I'm ready. Definitely drop a line below, book your discovery call. I will meet you in your messenger when you do that. And Chetan, I don't know, I guess you're not on the live anymore, but I will get back to your comments. So everyone have a great day. I'm going to come back on here in literally less than 5 minutes to go over how to beat boredom. Okay. Mwah!